Regulations in the United States are still somewhat confusing, but Japan recently the most audacious financial decision in contemporary history. With that action, it might have just emerged as the undisputed head of the global digital economy. An incredible statement was made by SBI Holdings, the Bank of Japan, and the Japanese government, now active as the nation's digital yen, a currency that exists on the XRP record rather than just a blockchain. Yes, exactly, Japan just integrated Ripple's technology into the heart of its financial system. This might have fundamentally altered how money functions into the future. This isn't a proof of concept pilot or test. This is a full-scale business. The Japanese government has finally decided to switch its currency infrastructure to the XR operation following years of preparation and covert collaboration with Ripple Labs. This instantly makes XRP the primary currency of the third largest economy in the world. Additionally, Ripple has announced that it will relocate its global offices to Tokyo in order to monitor the significant shift. Japan will become the new hub for blockchain finance as a result. For years, we have followed Ripple's journey through regulatory battles in the US, unavoidable legal actions, setbacks, and uncertainty. Japan was forming alliances, testing systems, and meticulously preparing for digital change. SBI Holdings, one of Ripple's first investors and closest allies, was in control of this from the background while the drama unfolded. Their straightforward objective was to prepare Japan to become the first major nation to completely integrate its currency with real-time blockchain liquidity. Now that day has arrived, and the results are really startling. In an economy like this, each deals that used to take days to settle can now be completed in seconds thanks to the XRP ledger, which also makes it possible for payments between Tokyo, Singapore, and London to be conducted immediately, recorded, and cost nothing. This is more than just a concept now. It's true. In order for the XRP system to settle and be used for all yen that enters or exits Japan, Japan's digital currency is now linked to it. XRP will serve as a currency bridge. Let's break this down financially. The GDP of Japan exceeds 4 trillion, which is around 5% of global production. The amount of liquidity required skyrockets if even a little portion of that value begins to flow through the XRP ledger through commerce, exports, bank settlements, and money transfers. The price of XRP would need to be more than 30,000 per coin in order to maintain system stability for the full volume of transactions in Japan, according to current models of liquidity and transaction parameters. It's not merely a guess, that's simple math for money. And the only one is Japan. Once the concept is successful, it is likely to be adopted by the entire Asia Pacific area. Ripple's network of partners already includes banks in the Philippines, South Korea, and Singapore. These nations are all examining Japan's experience to determine how to introduce their own virtual currency. The snowball effect is already beginning. For Ripple, this represents more than just a fresh start. This is the origin of the XRP standard. Currently, entire nations' economies settle on the same record. So why Japan? If not, why not Europe or the United States? Japan's the secret lies in its long-term financial plan. Japan's Financial Services Administration, FSA, was fast to recognize digital assets and establish clear guidelines for them, despite reluctance from Western officials. Ripple recognized an opportunity as early as 2017 and established solid alliances with Japanese organizations. As the primary investor, SBI Holdings investigated cross-border corridors and incorporated Ripple into retransfer networks. The effects were simply breathtaking. Almost no fees apply, decisions are taken immediately, and scalability is flawless. The government would eventually intervene and introduce it nationwide. The largest shift in currency since the creation of the euro is the transition from the conventional yen settlement layer to a system backed by XRP. However, unlike the euro, this is more than just a regional banking institution. This is a technological advancement that enhances the concept of money. There is more to the digital yen than just currency. This programmable liquidity is powered by the XRP ledger's real-time settlement mechanism, which combines fiat money and digital resources. The currency will be printed by the Bank of Japan, but it will be accessible to the rest of the globe through XRP. Ripple's decision to relocate to Tokyo demonstrates the significance of this shift. After operating out of San Francisco for years, Ripple is moving to a nation that not only understands blockchain, but is also constructing its banking system around it, escaping the regulatory quagmire that is the United States. Tokyo will be home to Ripple's new headquarters. They will then be able to collaborate with the Bank of Japan, the Japanese government, and an increasing number of Asia-Pacific partners. This is the latest foundation for funds. Wall Street or London, no, Tokyo, please consider the implications of this for global power. Sluggish, divided, and cluttered with red tape. The West has been a significant advancement was just made by the East, led by Japan. Japan is effectively separated from the SWIFT network with this single action, reducing its reliance on U.S.-controlled financial railroads. Instead, it has adopted a global digital neutral system that makes it simple and rapid to transfer funds between any two currencies. Everything has evolved. From a geopolitical perspective, Japan is positioned to lead the next financial era. They do it because it works, not because they have to. Other Asian nations will follow suit. China has its own digital currency, but it is closed, regulated, and closely watched, and it can only be used within China. Japan's strategy is open, based on public blockchain technology and compatible with other systems. That's the difference between them. The Japanese approach promotes cooperation, transparency, and financial accessibility. These are the actual principles that Ripple has upheld from the start. Without a doubt, people everywhere will notice this action. When it comes to new digital currencies, the US is already lagging behind, so we'll need to take action. Europe has been put to the test with the digital euro. but now it must pass a test. BRICS and these 5 nations have been investigating blockchain-based alternatives to SWIFT. They now have a model that has been proven to be effective. The race is over. The battle over digital currency has been won by the East. The industry leader in this area is XR. What is the future of XRP? It transcends conjecture when the merchandise is utilized nationwide. It becomes crucial infrastructure and the digital foundation of the global banking system for funding settlements. As long as Ripple continues to establish connections between digital dollars, digital pesos, and digital yen, banks, governments, and corporations will all require XRP. Everyone wants it all. The supply, however, does not change. As a result of pricing discrepancy, prices can only rise in one direction. Let's take a broader view on things. Everything is now indexed by Google. When the internet connected all of the world's knowledge, XRP served as the link between all of the world's wealth, and blockchain technology made this possible. Right now, the Internet for Money launches. The button to activate it was pressed by Japan, not the US, for years. People have been speculating about when XRP might make its significant debut. When all of the agreements, court cases, connections, concepts, and commitments come to fruition. The solution is now. The idea that XRP was created to bridge disparate payment systems and currencies that weren't cooperating is no longer merely a hypothesis. That's the reality. The Digital Yen Initiative serves as evidence. Ripple's technology has advanced from a financial experiment to a national infrastructure. The buyer's question is simple to comprehend. Before everyone else, what do you know about what's happening? Sincerely, as soon as it makes the news, the revaluation will take place. The globe that the XRP system is currently powering Japan's economy, you won't have days or weeks to make a decision. Money will run out in exchanges. Institutional offices will take what's left over as liquidity pools shrink. A new chapter in history has begun. Today, the yen is digital. Ripple is now used globally, and the XRP system is now national. The connection between the old and new systems has been established and continues uninterrupted through Tokyo. The East has finally emerged victorious in the competition for digital currency, with XRP is currently the norm in the global economy. If you don't hold on to XRP, you're losing out on more than simply an investment. You're investing in the financial future. Not a Ben. Remember that I am not a qualified financial advisor. These films are just intended to be fun, not educational. I always advise my audience to conduct independent research and consult experts before making any financial decisions. I appreciate you listening. Remember to click the follow button. Finally, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Additionally, confirm that the notifications are activated. Thus, you are aware first.